Thank you once again for joining us. My name is Craig Boyt. I am the EVP of Marketing and PR here at New Frontier Data. So the plan today is to just give a brief overview of New Frontier Data, and then we're going to jump right into the demo. And we have some exciting new features in Equio, which I'm hoping that's why most of you joined. So I'm excited to show those to you. First of all, about New Frontier Data. We do consider ourselves kind of the Bloomberg of cannabis. We are a data intelligence and business intelligence company. We obviously study and report on the cannabis industry. We do collect and analyze millions of different data points from a number of different areas of the industry, which I'll show you in a second. Obviously, we are also a technology company, and that's with Equio, our dashboard, which is why we're all here today. First of all, real quick, how we collect our data. We have 5 different areas that we really focus on, starting at the high level federal governments. So we get a lot of data from federal governments, whether it's the US or different governments around the world. We do a lot of work globally, so both US and worldwide. And state and local governments. So at the state level or even down to city level, we have a number of partnerships that we get data from. Also the industry itself. So producers, processors, retailers, we have a number of partnerships all across kind of the chain and get a lot of data from all those partnerships. We also look at ancillary services, so that's basically people who do not touch the plant. We ourselves would fall into that category. So would people who manufacture, say, pipes, right? For example, that is a company that is definitely involved in the cannabis industry, but doesn't touch the plant. And then lastly, consumers themselves. So we get a lot of information from and data from surveys. We also have partnerships that have direct connections to consumers, both point of sale services, as well as you'll see actually some of the widgets that we have really are connected to consumers. So how we support the industry? Well, first, we do a lot of custom research. So that can be anything from local level. If you are thinking of starting a business in a city in California, say, and you would like to know what is the competition like, what our price is, how big is the market, we could do some custom research for you, all the way up to governments. We actually just finished doing a large project with Zimbabwe, and they wanted to know what it would look like if they legalize, how big the market would be, what impact it would have. So kind of runs the whole range from very small to very large. Reports, that's how we started. We still put out a ton of reports. You'll actually see within Equio, that's where all our reports live. They're broken down by states, countries, regions, and then also by topics. So whether it's like consumer or energy consumption or cultivation, a lot of different topics that we cover. We typically put out between 10 and 20 reports a year. And again, those are all, you can find them all within Equio. So we will actually look at those. And then Equio itself. And that's why we're all here. So what I'm going to do is jump right in. Minimize this. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, there is a Q&A box within the Zoom feature that you join. Feel free to type those in. I'm not going to get into questions until the end. But feel free to type in any questions. We do have a lot to go over today, so if I don't get to them, I will also put up some contact information at the end, and feel free to reach out to us. We can either answer your questions directly or give you a personalized demonstration if you would like a one-on-one demo. All right, so let's jump into Equio. This is Equio. This is the dashboard that you will see right when you log in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top and work my way down the dashboard. Then we'll go over to reports and charts, and then the data marketplace, which is the newest feature of Equio, and we're pretty excited about it. We actually have a big update just today that I'll tell you about it in a second. So at the top, you'll see this ticker. It's a stock ticker. Most people have seen something like this. These are all cannabis companies that are publicly traded in North America. It's actually mirrored here in the WeedX widget. These are just the individual companies going across the top. You can click on any one of them. It will show you kind of the history, the last 5 days, 3 months, total history of the stock and of the company. Again, that's kind of mirrored here. This is the entire market itself. So this is the whole market. Again, you can look at what's happening today, what's happened the last 5 days, 3 months, and the history. You can also search by company. So here's all the companies. These are the same ones that are going across the top in the ticker. It's just a different way to look at it. You can also look at different sectors within the cannabis industry. So ancillary services, cultivation, agriculture, you know, all the various sectors within cannabis. This is looking at it as a whole. And then leaders and laggers. So this is who's doing very well and who is not within the cannabis industry. And then down here is news, what's happening or what's happening with cannabis companies that are in the news recently. Now, one thing I will say, you can also pick any individual company, and again, it will show you kind of the history of their performance, what's happening. As anyone who's following the industry knows, Aurora, who I picked, hasn't been doing so well lately. But there's also news. So not only do you get the stock history, but you also get any news about that particular company. So this is a very handy widget for anyone who's either invested or looking to invest in cannabis. All right, next one over, we have the Zephyr Consumer Index. Zephyr is a partner company of ours that we actually just acquired. So they are actually part of the New Frontier family. This is really looking at consumers. You can filter it by state. I am based in Denver, so it kind of defaults to Colorado. But it also has, so within this, it shows you who the top 3 archetypes of consumers are. And you can look at male population, female, how many adult dispensaries, how many medical dispensaries, and hybrid dispensaries. And then you can also filter by product. So whether it's flower, edibles, drinks, pre-rolls, tinctures, both in the medical space and the adult use space, it will show you a running average of price. So hybrid, indica, sativas, this is obviously for flower. So this is very handy if you're looking to get some consumer information. I'll also show you within the data marketplace, if you want deep consumer information and data, we have that available for you as well. Moving down, and we do have a lot to, so I'm going to try to move a little fast going through these widgets because we have a lot to show you. Patient count, patient saturation, fairly self-explanatory. You can pick the states you would like to see. It gives you the total counts, which includes projections. Now, these are New Frontier data projections, both for count and for saturation. Again, you can add as many states as you would like, and it will show you not only what's happened, but what's projected to happen. Over here are some fairly short but informative country profiles. There's a few countries we have in here. We'll be adding more. So Mexico, Italy, France, Spain. It gives you just an overview of what the history of legal cannabis is in those countries. So these aren't meant to be deep dives, but they're just nice overviews. They're free. Come with the dashboard. Come with your subscription. And actually, when we get over to our reports, there are a number, dozens actually, of reports that are included with any subscription. Down here, this is the Cannabis Insight Daily. This is our daily newsletter we send out every Monday through Friday. And these are the top 5 cannabis stories that we've picked for the day. So if you are not a subscriber, I would recommend subscribing. Otherwise, this is a nice place. You can see the archives. It will show you every one of those top 5 stories that we've picked going all the way back. So actually it goes back years. It goes back to the beginning of 2017. So really, this is a nice way if you want to see what's happened or what's been happening. Like if, for example, you wanted to know what was happening in cannabis in February of 2017, for example, you could go and find that out. You can also search by topic here. The interactive data map, this is actually the most popular widget within Equio. There's a lot of data in this. So I'll just briefly run through what we have here. It starts with just a basic overview of all the legalized states, medical use, adult use. You can also look into the qualifying conditions for the medical states. Cannibalization, this is something new that we've added to the base level of an Equio subscription. It used to be only available at the higher levels, but this really shows what the impact of cannabis is for alcohol, tobacco, and pharma, which for some people could be very valuable. For others, maybe not so much, but if this is something you're interested in, here it is right here for you. Job opportunities, this is very self-explanatory. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's job opportunities within cannabis, within the various states. We also have it as a separate widget down here. You can filter by state, and this really mirrors the map. It's just a different way to look at it. So if you want to know what's going on in Colorado, and you can also filter by role. So it's everything from bud tenders to marketing to, you know, director of manufacturing, right? So there's a lot of jobs. They're all listed here, both in the map and down here. Tax rates, this is another layer of data that we have. Right now, it's only for these 4 states, but it really gives you not only the tax rate for the state, but it will break down by city and by county. My internet's being a little slow, so it's not loading, but that can be very handy if you are interested in tax rates. And then the US investment opportunity ranking. This is something that we here at New Frontier Data just put together. It's not supposed to be like an end all be all, but it just gives you an idea of, you know, where some opportunities may lie by state. So for example, in Oregon, cultivation and probably not the best place to invest in, but manufacturing and distributing is a high opportunity. Moving down, we have market projections. Again, these are New Frontier Data's market projections. So it's both medical, recreational, legal, and illicit. And this goes out through 2025. We update this every time we update our own predictions, which is usually a couple times a year. And then here's another tax notice. Again, if you're in the industry and tax notices are something that could be important to you, this is a great handy tool. Again, you can filter by state. So if you only care about what's happening in California, this will show you not only what's happened recently, but what's coming up. So if there is a, right here, so example, on November 5th, the county board held a discussion and possible action, including like changing tax laws. So that could be very helpful if you're in the industry itself. All right, going back up, let's jump over to reports and charts. This is all of the reports that we've ever done. So there are dozens of reports in here. When you sign up for a free trial, you will have access to some of the reports, but certainly not all of them. There are a lot of included reports though once you actually get a subscription. Matter of fact, almost all of the reports we've ever done are included, or is included, I should say. My account is a master account, so I have access to them all. But really, with the subscription to Equio, you do get access to almost every report we've ever done. You can also search by keyword, search by topic. You can select a specific report that you would like. As you can see, there are a lot of different reports. And then with any report, so this is the Canada report we just put out a few weeks ago. You can either view it as a PDF, like I said, my internet is a little slow today, but you can view it as a PDF right here, or you can download the whole thing and it comes as a PDF onto your desktop and you can read it, you can print it out, do whatever you would like with it. Moving over, interactive reports. So this is kind of a different way that we have of showcasing our reports. Not every report that we have ever done is in the interactive reports, but a number of them are. And really this gives you an overview of the report. So there are what we call Canna Clips, which is just a short 1-minute video that we make about most of our reports to give you an idea of what it's about. Here's a summary of the report. You can also look at the key findings in any individual report. And there's also charts from the report. Now we have hundreds, actually thousands of charts. And speaking of that, you will see right here under Charts Library. So with a base subscription to Equio, you do have access to our full charts library, but you can only view them. at the higher levels of subscription, you actually have full license to use them however you would like. You can search by the reports, you can search by keyword, and this is, like I said, this is every single report we've ever done from every chart we've ever done from every report. So there are thousands of charts in here. These are very valuable if you are a researcher or you're maybe putting together a pitch deck and you would like some information to back up your idea. This is a great place to find that information. And like I said, you can, at the higher levels of subscription, you have full license to use it however you would like. You can download it, put it right into your PowerPoint. Very, very handy. So speaking of data and using it and even charts, here is the data marketplace. This is brand new. This feature we just launched a couple of weeks ago, and actually just today, we updated it so you actually do not have to have a full Equio subscription to have access to all this data. And what these are the data sets that we've used to create and make all the reports that we've ever done. So this is pretty exciting. If you're a researcher and you would like some information on a topic, this is really where all the data is. So for example, if you are someone who wants to know about cultivation costs. Well, in this cannabis energy report, this is the bundle. So these are all the data sets that we've used for this particular report that we made. So this was in the 2018 cannabis energy report. It really shows energy consumption for indoor, greenhouse, outdoor. These are some examples of charts that we've made from this data set, or these data sets, I should say. You can purchase the data sets both as individual, each individual set of data, or as a bundle, which counts every data set within that report. Or let's say you are, you're looking to expand into Europe and really have no idea what's going on in Europe. Here's an example. This is the Global Cannabis Report, the 2019 edition. So we just put this out actually just a couple weeks ago. Again, these are all the data sets that we used to create our report. You can see some example charts that we made out of these data sets. Again, you can purchase the entire bundle, which is all of the data sets. As you can see, this is global, so there's a lot in there. But if you're only interested in a part of it, you certainly can just buy each individual data set for the area that you would like to know more about. And the last one I'll use as an example. This is from the Cannabis Consumer Report. This was a very large report that we did. We surveyed over 3,000 cannabis consumers about frequency of use, average spend, behavior of consumers by age, by demographic. Again, that's all here. You can buy it, or you can buy this data set as a bundle, or you can just buy the individual data sets that you are interested in. So we're pretty excited about this. This is, like I said, this is brand new. You guys are the first to be exposed to the fact that you don't have to have an Equio subscription in order to get in here and purchase some data if you're very interested in it. You can also filter it by US, Canada, Caribbean. So this is by the regions, the regions of, well, all the regions. Also by market segment. So if you're only interested in, say, adult use, medical use, hemp, time period. So you will see it starts at 2014. That's when we first started making reports, and up to 2025. Now, obviously that's projections, but these are our projections. We are very confident in our projections. And anywhere in between. So if you're only interested in, say, what was happening in 2016, here are all the various data sets that have information from 2016. And then again, these are all the reports. And we will be adding more. Just to let you know, this feature is brand new, so it doesn't have, all of our reports aren't in here yet, but they will be being added as we move forward. These are a lot of our most popular reports and the newest reports. So as you can see, the hemp market, that's a brand new report. Actually, a lot of these are brand new within the last few months. So there's a lot of very relevant, very timely information in here. So we're pretty excited about this feature. I want to give some time for Q&A. We only have a few minutes left. Anybody have any questions, feel free to type them in. Also, let me pull up contact information. Feel free to reach out to Spencer. If you have any questions, he can give you a personalized demonstration if you would like, or if you have questions that maybe you don't want answered publicly, feel free to reach out to us or reach out to Spencer. He'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. You know, the data marketplace is brand new. So if you're looking for a specific data set, I would recommend either reaching out to him, or you can sign up for a free trial for Equio and then go in and take a look, you know, mess around, you search for what you're looking for. Hopefully it's in there, but if not, you know, reach out to us and we'd be happy to answer if and when that is coming out and when it's going to get added. So this is something that, like I said, is brand new and we're adding to it all the time. So yeah, we just have a couple minutes left. If you have questions, feel free to answer. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. This was the first demo that I've given with the new data marketplace, so pretty excited about it. I've been playing around in it, looking at the data sets. There's a lot of data in there. So if you're a researcher or anyone who's interested in cannabis and really want to get into the nuts and bolts of what's happening, that's a great place to start. So thank you, everybody, for joining. And oh, one more thing. We do this on the first Thursday of every month, but that means we only have one left this year, which is very weird to say. But we will be doing one on the first Thursday of December, and then we'll be taking a break until next year, which is, I guess, January. So it'll be the first Thursday in January. But thanks again for joining. Talk to you soon.